Okay, some of these is pretty standard, the language. Okay, positive, proactive, realistic, and practical. Okay, so try not to use negative words. Okay, always use things that's forward-thinking, that's always pleasant to the ears, and that's proactive. That's something that where there's proactive actions. Okay, realistic and practical. Now, at this point in time, okay, it's important, as I mentioned, to give a good name of your business or project. Okay, you can be innovative about it. Come up with a tagline or a slogan. Okay, like McDonald's, we do it all for you, or something. Oh, that's Kentucky. We do it all for you, something like that. You know. Then mission statement. Okay, it's good if you can have one. Okay, but I'm just thinking within this 24 hours, okay, what's important is the other part of it, okay? These are just sort of a brand in terms of defining who you are, what and where you want to go ahead. You know, you can refine further as the competition proceeds. Okay, just now I mentioned about problem and opportunity, okay? So it must be, as far as possible, try to make it significant. That means unique, right? Is there a pain? Okay, right? Will there be a market demand? And then the other way to test it is ask yourself, so what? Okay, who cares and why you? Okay, so if there is a problem that exists, okay, who cares will define the market target that you want. Okay, always bear in mind, if you try to be everyone, okay, to everyone, that's not unique, that's not significant. Okay, it has, for startup, one of the guidelines is to do something that is small, okay, and for a very niche market. Even in most marketing, I mean, you will see that McDonald's at different times, they will target at different market segments. Sometimes they target as the family, sometimes they target at the children only, sometimes they target at the couples. Okay, so you must know which group of people that you want your business to focus on, you know, as before you start as your marketing strategy. Why you, right? And what is it that you can offer? Okay, in terms of your team, right? In terms of your product, right? Why is it you can do better than others? Okay. Well, the other aspect that you can help define your problem, okay, is to do some market research. Okay, you could read from articles, industry research, consumer behavior. So, and how consumer behavior, I mean, for a startup, it may be quite hard for you all to engage a market research company to do such things. So perhaps you could come up with your own questions, you know, survey, and from then you'll be able to gather, you know, test out. You know, it's in the morning, Mr. Chia was saying, talk to different people, you know, and understand what is the pattern, you know, that your buyers will be interested in. Okay, and of course, industry trends and industry research are related, right? Then identify your demographic, right? Be very specific. Okay, so be it women, young children, old people, or is it working adults? Okay. So you need to understand, you know, what are some of the trends that you see, you know, in the market, to help you with the problem and opportunity, and to some extent it can help you with the solution, right? Okay, and of course, most of the time we are also restricted by government regulations. But in Singapore, I must say, for the entrepreneurial market, we are very lucky. In fact, we have government support to help us in a lot of startups. We have funding from Spring, from EDB, from MDA, from all sorts of organizations, and they do have regulations to protect, some of the startup as well. So, in terms of technology, solution, right? You have to look. It can be a solution with regard to using technology, okay, to help with efficiency, to help with productivity, okay. There must be a value, okay. And in terms of products, what are the features? Okay, for example, iPhone. Why is the iPhone so popular, right? Because unlike a normal phone, you can access the internet. You have multiple apps. That's an iPhone, right? That's not available on phones, normal phones, right? Service, okay? You think of how can you be different, right? Now, this one you have to think it's not only delivering, right? But delivering with a difference in different industry. In the hospitality and tourism industry, it's about making people feel good, right? It's about giving convenience. In the cloud computing sector, that could be totally different. Depends on the target. If you are targeting at developers, for example, then the developers could be people that want the latest technology, right, available, where they can network with other people. Okay, so you have to think in terms of both product and service. You have to think, who, again, as I emphasize once and again, which is your unique segment, target market group of people that you want to provide a solution to. And last but not least, value proposition. Okay. Now, what is, everyone talk about value proposition, okay? It must be deemed to have a value. Okay, many years ago, okay, in overseas countries, they have this cataloging features. Nowadays, youngsters like you all will buy things online, right? But maybe, during my time, in the US and in Australia, where the countries are big, they buy a lot of things through catalog, in those days, magazines. But somehow, in Singapore, it doesn't work, okay? Why? Well, one of the reasons, because Singapore is very small. And people can just go to a shopping mall, okay? And within, like Orchard Road is so convenient. We just go there, look at the items, and we decide there and then where to buy. But in countries like in the US, where the next town is probably like a few kilometers, away, and if you don't have a car, you can drive there to buy it. So everything they buy through catalog, online. So even now, like online, some of us buy things online, but it's still not as, I would say, as popular, because our shopping malls are still doing very well. Okay, so you have to understand what is the unique proposition with regard to what is it so special, because it's only unique in the environment, okay, where you operate. Okay, so you have to think of what is it that you can offer. For example, if it's online, for example, you can even, your value proposition, if you buy things online, one example could be that we will guarantee a cash return, okay, and we will come and collect the item free of charge, for example. So that's unique. So think of that.